Beloved brothers and sisters, today I'm talking to you about bondage, the strings of bondage, and also the process of releasing the strings. The soul, the spirit, is bonded to lower energy, and it is in layers, and each layer we can look at it as a string. That string is binding you to the lower energy, but who you are is very high energy. So through these channels or strings, there is a link, there is a connection, there is, so to speak, a string binding you to the lower energy. We have about 7 strings. The 7 strings, the very first string is the physical string, which is binding you to the physical manifestation. Then there is the next string. We call it the etheric string. It's just like a rope, but of course it's a very fine string, and it is bonding us to the lower energies. Then we have the vital string that binds us also to the material manifestation. Then we have the astral string that also binds us, connects us to the lower energies. Then we have the lower mind string. Then we have the higher mind string. Then we have the causal string. Sometimes people want to call it the spiritual string, but then I prefer calling it the causal string. So beyond these strings, we have the superior energy, which is the real you. Superior energy, which is what people call God. So, our duty in this world is to finally be releasing the strings of bondage one by one. And if possible, if we have real determination to set ourselves free from bondage, then we can even release several or more of the strings of bondage. Let's say 2, let's say 3, let's say 4. The more you release, the more you experience freedom from bondage. And finally, when you are able to release all the 7 strings, then you are free. free at long last. And that is the aim of every soul. It's the hidden desire, it's the hidden wish of every soul. So whatever we are doing in this world, our aim is the hidden aim of every entity, is to be able to release the bond to the lower energies. But it's unfortunate that our behavior, our thoughts, our desires move in the area of increasing the bondage or tightening the bondage, strengthening the bondage. When we are bonded to the lower energy, then we define ourselves differently. Because the bondage makes us feel weak. So we define ourselves as weak beings, suffering beings, worried beings, angry beings, sad beings, anxious beings, jealous beings. All these things, they are attributes of bondage. When we release the bondage strings, then we are revealing our true nature, unbounded, unbonded. There is not a single soul that is not yearning for the release. Sometimes people ask, what is the purpose of life? You come into this drama, this world, born to this world, and the journey into this world, we get to the point we yearn also to leave this world, because we don't appreciate light unless there is darkness. So we come into this world of bondage, and now we are looking for freedom. We were in freedom and we didn't even know we were in freedom. Now when we are bonded, then we want to be free. So whilst there are souls who are bonding themselves more and more, there are souls who have come to realize that the truth is when they can release the bonds, then they can have happiness, they can have peace, and whatever. I know some of you know the story of how in India they used to catch monkeys in a very tricky way. They just go into the bush. That was in the olden days. And then they will prepare a particular pot, and the mouth of the pot is designed in such a way that the monkey can push the hand inside the pot. So they send it to the bush where the monkeys can locate the pot. Then they put banana inside the pot. Then they leave it, they leave the pot. Now the monkey will go and put the hand inside the pot, and then it will grab a whole bulk in the hand to hold the banana strongly and try to pull it out. But unfortunately, the expansion of the hand when it is holding the banana will not allow the hand to come out with the banana because the, um, the, the mouth of the pot is made narrow. And this is the problem the souls are having. So the monkey will not release the hand. It will not release the banana. It will continue to hold the banana very tight. Now, it is in a trap, but it doesn't know it's in a trap. It will be there struggling to pull the banana, and the hand cannot come out. And the pot is so heavy, it cannot carry it away, and it will not release the hand. So it will be stuck until the trap maker, the one who made the trap, comes. By the time he comes, the monkey is so weak, so tired, and yet it continues thinking that one day it can pull out the banana inside and eat it. It had its freedom before putting the hand inside the pot. And if it wants its freedom, it should just leave the banana alone and remove the hand, and it's free. So our souls have come, and we have these strings of bondage linking us to these lower energies. And we dream of joy inside it. And we are always yearning to enjoy inside it. Well, but at a point, we realize we are trapped. So if you are trapped, then release the strings bonding you. Once you release the strings, you are free. You are free. So this monkey story, the monkey started thinking it is a suffering creature, because when trying to pull the hand, there's no way the hand will come out. When it wants the banana, there's no way it can get the banana. He's having it in the hand, but it's not enjoying it because it's not coming out so that it can take it. So it keeps struggling. So it calls itself a struggling creature, a suffering creature. But when it releases the banana, the hand comes out. It's not a suffering creature. It's just a simple thing. Release, release, and be free. How to release, that is the teaching. When you are taught how to release, it is priceless. Whilst majority are still doing things that bond them more, that strengthen the bondage, and still they think maybe by tomorrow they will be so free and peaceful. Maybe by the next 1 hour, he will be so joyful, so peaceful, free of sickness and whatever. But everything is so temporary, even if a little health, another time is in trouble. So when the monkey keeps calm, it doesn't feel the pain. But when it tries to pull the banana, there is pain. When it keeps calm, there is no pain. So the same is happening to the human being. It's on and off. Sometimes it's like he's free, but when he tries to enjoy, problem. So this is the bondage the humans are in, all entities. They are seeking their freedom. But if you get the right teachings, you actually release, it will result in releasing the bondage. It is not like merely believing that it will happen. It is not a future thing. Beliefs sometimes make it appear, oh, when we die from here, then we'll be going to a better place called heaven. By my brother, my sister, if you don't release the bondage, the strings of bondage, what we call death is just the physical strength that is severed. The other links, the other strings, they are still on the soul. So if the physical is severed, loosened, it doesn't mean you are out of bondage. And it's not a question of believing it. It is a question of really releasing it. Sometimes imagination, like you are imagining you are safe, and being safe, they are two things. They are not the same. If a cat is chasing a mouse, now if the mouse stops and closes its eyes and imagine that there is no cat, before it can open the eyes, it's already caught. Things catch up. And it's happening all the time. Imagination is different from the reality. So the cat, the mouse thinking that there is no cat, it saw the cat, it closes the eyes and says there is no more any cat. I'm not seeing a cat, so there is no more a cat. It's unfortunate. Being secure has to be a reality. And it can only happen when you release the bond strings. Well, if you get from the physical state, you still have 6 strings of bondage. If you have worked very well in this world, when you leave, sometimes 2 strings will cut at once, and then you'll be left with 5 strings. So certain people die, and they have 2 strings cut. So they have 5 more strings binding their souls. Somebody who has worked on changing things within, breaking the, loosening the strings. If you have been able to loosen 3 strings before you die, then it remains 4 more strings holding on your spirit to the material lower energies. If you are able to loosen 4 strings, then when you die, it is left with 3 more strings which are holding on to you. So it keeps you in the material lower energies. If you are able to loosen 5 strings, they will be left with 2 strings holding your spirit. If you are able to loosen 6 strings, they will be left with 1 more string holding on your spirit. If you are able to loosen all the 7 strings, that is attainment. And that is the heaven. No bondage. No bondage. But it has to be realistic loosening. It is not imaginary. It's not mere believing it. It has to be made on a realization platform. So, brothers and sisters, we will continue these talks. It is time. We need to awaken to truth. When somebody has loosened some strings of bondage, he feels more peace. But if all the 7 are bonding you, you're in trouble. In trouble. And that is the type of soul I call sleeping soul. It's bonded to inferior energy by all the 7 strings, and therefore is in bondage.